Consumer expectation index falls. Okay, so that's what we just had, a consumer index drop. So I'm just going to watch this single stock here, IMB. It's again, it's the stock I made some money in yesterday, and it's holding its moving averages here again, as you can see, and got some good volume again, as you can see. Let's take a look at the daily. Here's the daily poking its head above resistance and all moving averages. So still looks like a good play to me. Hopefully the market's not going to take it down. The market is kind of firming up here, so the market is digesting that that news. And we're on we're on short-term highs here on this thing. I'm going to buy another couple hundred. Take those 19s out, and those were not real sellers because I bought them both. I had 200 shares, bought 100 from him and 100 from him. So that tells me on level 2 they were not real sellers. Looking at the chart here, let's zoom in on this. You can see we're getting a nice green candle as the moving average touched. So all systems are still go on that. The highs are 35 cents, so we still have a ways to go through highs, but I have a feeling we can make it there, so hopefully we can ride it up through. And if it does go through, you guys know the drill. Bought a couple hundred shares of this ZRAN. You can see it's broke its morning average, morning range, and so big gap down. Just 200 shares because this thing has a wide range this morning, but we'll see if we can get a play out of that. Okay, the S&Ps are recovering from that morning consumer confidence report, and hopefully market can firm up here. Even though the IMB really didn't get phased too much on that, I took a mental note that it didn't really pull back with the rest of the market. So I've got some conviction in this thing today. I'm going to really try and ride it out through highs and see if we can use it to make some money. And back to this other stock, ZRAN. Again, just a little morning breakout of the range. Tight little range here of about 70 cents, and trying to move higher into the gap. So I'll take that pattern. I'll take a chance on that. IMB stopped previously at 725. I made a mental note of that, so I'm watching it here. Here's the specialist, NYSE. That means this is the specialist. This is probably the one guy I'd want to see sitting here on the bid, at least showing some size. 1 penny spread pushing it up. So if it can get through 25, now he's got some friends, I like to see that. If we can get through 25, we should be making an assault on 35, which is the high from this morning. The market is not really digging in the way I want it to, but it's still holding firm, and again, it doesn't look like IMB here wants to let the market dictate its direction. Just watching level 2 here, watching these 25s. We got a lot of crowd here at 24, so this is a nice level 2 setup. This is the kind of thing you look for. A lot of people want to buy, penny spread. Just a couple people selling. Hopefully we get through their size and push it higher. On the ZRAN, I'm just doing a small 90-cent offer, which is basically going to be running into the moving averages up here. Actually, the moving averages are coming down. I'll just leave it at 90 cents because right now my focus is really on this IMB. If we can get through 25, I may even buy some more here. Keeping an eye right here. The futures have just turned around and started accelerating higher, so that's a good thing. Looks like I sold my ZRAN at 90 for a decent little scalp. Watching these 25s. And right behind him you can see is the specialist at 26, so we'll see what he does if we can get through 25. What the specialist has in mind at 26. But I think this thing is going to move higher. Seems like they probably have a lot more to sell than that. And that is fair. That's the way it works. So looks like it's going to take a bit. No, looks like we got through there for a second, but maybe that was just me. Okay, back in the IndyMac. Let's bid 26, and everybody follows. 27, let's bid 28. See if we can get some people to follow. Now we're at 30 offer. So the bids are not being touched. I love that action. It's telling me to stay long. 5 cents off highs now. Watching that number, 3 cents off highs, 1 cent off high. I'm loading 500 shares to sell at 44. Just in case we go through, run up and touch that number, I want to get something off and start locking in some profits. So we'll put you back on hold and see what happens. Wish me luck. Okay, I did just sell 500 here at 32. As we get close to highs, I'm going to lock in a little bit of profit. And hopefully when we run through highs, I'll grab the rest, or a portion, another 1/3, I should say, of the trade. So we're offering another 500, 10 cents higher. And just wanted to lock in a little something there. The futures were starting to get weak. I didn't want to have to worry about losing a whole lot of money there on a pullback. So that's the emotions coming into play. Here's highs. Here's highs at 35. Okay, we run through highs. Now we're looking for a nice quick run up to 44. Get a couple shares off at 44, and then we'll see what happens next. But the Indy Mac is doing okay for me, just like it was yesterday. Looks probably will stop here at this round number. If it goes through, then that just gives me more indication of the momentum. Look at all the sellers lining up at 40, and they're being taken out. So if it goes through 40, here's my 44 offer. Come on, let's get hit on that. Let's get hit on that. Still offering 44, 500 shares. ARCA sold 100, sold the rest. So we have 600 shares of this IndyMac Bank left. It's been a pretty good trade for me, so we're going to try and let the other third run. So looking at the daily chart, there's a wick that goes back to 8. And I'm going to go on record as saying that's probably the near-term upside. So if I can let these other 600 shares wiggle back and forth for the rest of the day, maybe it'll take all day to get to 8 as long as the market stays healthy, but I'd like to see if I can give that a chance. This IndyMac is really accelerating quickly. I'm going to go ahead and just throw an offer out there at 780 and see if we can run up and hit it. Andy's got me in some JetBlue here, real close to going through highs and buying some more, but not quite ready. Okay, we're buying some more JetBlue here. Went through highs. This is what we call a horseshoe. At least I call it that. It's a classic horseshoe. Gaps up, comes in, creates a U pattern, and goes back to highs. Most importantly, we have this. So this gives us confidence to try and ride it out. Somebody asked me why volume is good, and I wrote back, think of it as an analogy. Volume through a fire hose is probably more predictable and has more momentum behind it than volume through a garden hose. And so when we see high volume, we know that there's a rush of energy that can have better momentum. That's what momentum players look for, is volume. So here we are in this JetBlue. It ran through and then just stopped. But I have faith in this pattern. That's why I'm long this stock right now, and that's why I'm going to stay long this stock. So 43 cents, we're on highs, and it's just kind of dibbling around here around highs, so it may move back and forth a little bit. It may come back down through 40 and try and scare some people out, but that's the trade. JetBlue's starting to run here. We're getting a nice candle, so I had an offer out there at 46, didn't get hit. Here's another 46 chance. I'm going to load 500 shares and hit the bid if I don't get hit on that 46. There's 46 again. Let's see if somebody wants to take it this time. I'm going to hit the bid at 45 for 500. I still didn't get sold at 46. I'm canceling that, and I'm going to offer 45 again with these clowns. And if I get hit, that'll still keep me in some. Okay, I did. So locking in profits. I'm going to keep some JetBlue there. Let's go back to the IMB. When I hit cancel, I canceled my order accidentally, so let's go back to 80. Let's go to 85 cents, which would be a new high by 10 cents in IMB. We'll offer that out. PMI is the mortgage-backed insurers. Here's ABK just ripping for an unknown reason. I don't know. Here's MBI, same thing. So PMI is also in the same space. I'm going to take a chance with some more PMI. I'll bid 21 and grab a little bit more there. And that's it. Okay, been adding to my PMI. As you can see, the leader is ABK, just having an unbelievable move. MBI is also in there as well, moving higher. So PMI is kind of a third tier, and we're starting to get a decent move out of it here. So I'm going to let this thing go based on its peers. Its peers are having a nice day, and that's what Andy and I look for many times. Sector strength, second and third tier stocks running with the first tiers, so that's the reason for the PMI trade here. Well, I wish I had bought more of this PMI, but you can see it's starting to do what the others were doing, so I'm slowly just piecing out of it a little bit at a time. There's another 100 shares sold. I had 500. I've only got 200 left, but it made that move that the other ones had. So ABK looks like it's still on highs. Let's go back to the IMB. It's trying to push through highs. I'm still offering at 85 cents. My last remaining JetBlue is just kind of hanging in there. Here's what I'm going to do on that one. I'm going to put a stop in. I'm going to do Shift 2, and I'm going to put a stop in at 39 cents, just in case it pulls back. We'll go ahead and get out of that one. But PMI is still moving higher. Let's look at ABK again. Still on highs. MBI, nice move. So we got up to 60 cents in this thing. Not really sure what I'm going to do with the remaining 200 shares. I'm in the mood to take profits, so I'm going to offer 43, which is everybody following me there and hitting the bid and getting out. Okay, so I'm out of that trade.